So, good day to each and everyone. Today we are going to narrate what I have understand on ancient civilization to the evolution of competitive swimming. So, for ancient Greek, swimming was a measure of culture. Those uneducated who can neither swim nor read and write cannot hold a public position, said Plato. Although swimming was not included in the program of the Olympic Games, it was an important part of education. In 18, Solon acquisitions of the science of swimming, compulsory in 594 BC, and Lycurgus, the lawmaker of Sparta, prescribed the same in a strict act on education in 19th century. In Mesopotamia, we can find swimming and the pictorial of written records heroic in almost every nation's culture from the Sumerian to the Assyrian. Their scientific achievements include water pools and swimming pools. Excavation in Sierra revealed 4,000 years old baths, the water temperature of which could be regulated as desired. Many records related to swimming remain from the Assyrian to when exploring the ruins of Nineveh. Several reliefs were dug out from royal tombs from 1200 BC, which represented the swimming training of Assyrian warriors. Swimming was an integral part of combat training of the Assyrian as well as young people in Israel received obligatory swimming lesson. Herod the Great, 734 AD, king of Judah, made swimming compulsory to all male children. In Mesopotamia as well as in Egypt, developed a high standard body culture, which was connected to water in many ways. Swimming and bathing in the Nile was also one of their religious obligations. They also had baths. The oldest pictorial records of professional swimming can also be seen in Egyptian papyri from 3000 BC. The ancient Egyptians knew a number of swimming styles: freestyle, backstroke, and breaststroke are depicted in the representation found in royal tombs on abyssals and bases. The evolution or world records in competitive swimming. The International Swimming Federation was founded only after the Olympic Games in 1908 in London, but the first world records in swimming had already been recorded. A lot of interesting data can be observed. For example, most of the world records are in freestyle. Most of men's world records are in the event of the 100-meter breaststroke, while the most of the women's world record are in the 200-meter breaststroke. The first record, the Hungarian Sultan Halmi, who set up the record in 1905. However, it was Weissmuller who managed to cross first the 1-minute dream limit. At the Olympics in Paris in 1924, at the beginning of a competitive swimming, distances were measured in yards. In 1904, Halmi won an Olympic gold medal in 50 and 100 yards longer. Distances were calculated in miles, since traditional British distance 100, 200, 400 yards and a mile were dismissed May 1st, 1957. Pina abolished in 1968 all world records set up in a distance measured in yards. In 1967, the final list of the 31st event was determined in which one can beat a world record in a 50-meter full, 16 males and 15 female events. In 1972, the registration of a world records to the nearest 100 was introduced. The change in the rules of certain events and the development of swimming techniques promoted new world records. From 1964, at the turn in freestyle, the walls of the pool were not to be manually touched anymore, which accelerated swimming. Over the years, the rules of the breaststroke have changed the most often. It's no wonder that so many world records were set up in the event. After the Olympic Games in 1956, FINA has banned underwater breaststroke swimming. Since then, the rules have changed several times. Most recently, a downward dolphin kick has been implemented after the starts and the turns. The rules of the turns in backstroke were altered in 1991, permitting a turn similar to the freestyle turn techniques. The search course records have been registered since March 3, 1991.